It means that Luton haven't lost a home game by more than one goal since August 2021. Now, the man who set up the goal that put Luton 1-0 up against Manchester City yesterday with an absolute peach of a cross was Andros Townsend. And Andros joins us now. Morning, Andros.
Good morning, Andros.
Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Ali. How are you?
We're brilliant, mate.
What a ball in that was, by the way, Andros.
And do you know some, Andros, I've got to say, mate, I'm just... We'll go into the game in a second, but just brilliant seeing you back playing, pal. You've obviously had a torrid time with injury. How are you feeling, first of all?
Honestly, I'm feeling absolutely amazing. Although it's a week that's brought no points for us, it's been an incredible week for myself. I started the season, as you know, as a pundit, and then fast forward, 4 of my first 5 starts for Luton have been against Liverpool, United, Arsenal and Manchester City. So it's been a whirlwind couple of months for me, to say the least.
Well, mate, I was at the game on Tuesday. I couldn't. I just thought you were so unlucky. I mean, that's just, you can argue that's a sign of champions and good teams and things like that. But I tell you what, I will say, Andros, honestly, God, see, looking at your team, I thought you were so well organised, so well coached, and I thought the work, particularly in wide areas, that yourself and Jacob Brown did were amazing, because you were allowing the boys in wider positions to get the ball, and then you absolutely went after them like you've no idea. Your work rate as a team, I thought was great to watch, and no wonder the fans are giving you a standing ovation after losing a goal in the 95th minute.
Yeah, and that's sort of, I've been here a couple of months now, and when I first joined, we were very good defensively. We were good in a low block, but we didn't believe we could go after teams. We didn't believe we could press the best teams in this league. And I've seen a team over the last month or so grow and really believe that they belong in the Premier League. And I think that game against Arsenal was really the moment where I thought, wow, like, we are a very good side.
Yeah.
Like you said, we didn't give them any time on the ball when they brought the ball out from the back. Myself, Jacob, Elijah, Adebayo, we were on them.
Yeah.
We forced them into so many turnovers. And this is one of the best teams in the league. And unfortunately, we conceded in the last second, but the crowd, if we're going to stay up, the crowd at Kenilworth Road are going to be a big part of that. Yeah, no, we showed our appreciation to them, and thankfully they showed their appreciation to us. And even though it's a devastating week, we just have to take these 2 games into the Christmas period and have to turn these negatives into a positive moving forward.
I mean, it's crazy to say in some ways, though, isn't it, Andros? I know you're talking about them being negatives, but in actual 2 defeats, but they must have actually helped the confidence of the squad, haven't they?
Yes, and that's the positives we have to take. We have no other choice. Obviously, the dressing room in the last week has been deflated, especially the Arsenal game, conceding the last second. But once the dust settles, you have to. I've been in relegation battles my whole career. You have to always take the positives out of every situation. And the positives are that we've gone toe-to-toe with 2 of the best sides in Europe, and we've fallen at the final hurdle in both occasions. So Bournemouth next, Newcastle to come, Sheffield United on Boxing Day. We have to take that spirit and that fight into those 3 games and try and pick up some points.
Tell me, Andros, I mean, I said the game on Tuesday, and I actually gave man of the match to Gabriel Osho, but at the same time, I want to talk to you about another man who, the last couple of games, Ross Bartley, I think, he's been a different level. And you know something, it's just been brilliant to see. He looks as though he's enjoying it. There's a physicality about him, there's a confidence about him, there's a belief.
Honestly, some of the best midfield performances I've seen in my career. It's just unbelievable, the calmness, the ability to get the ball off the back 4 and knock it past some of the world's best midfielders without a care in the world. We saw yesterday Maradona's in the midfield to set up our goal. It's honestly, like, it's been a joy to watch, and I think in a way he's given confidence to the rest of the players, including myself, around him. Just that calmness to take the ball under pressure is such an underrated skill. He's been absolutely incredible, and it's been a joy to play with, but a joy to watch as well.
Yeah, it looks to me when I'm watching Andros that he's actually reveling, testing himself against the best, showing that he is their equal. I want to ask you about one other player, actually. We could go through the whole team. I want to ask you about Alfie Doughty, who, you know, after 5 minutes of every game, he looks like he's whacked. He absolutely looks like he's whacked, but he's still going after 95 minutes.
No, that's just the way Alfie. He's got an absolute engine on him. whether it be left wing back, right wing back, which he played yesterday, has been a huge threat for us. Not only going forward, but in the press out of possession. Obviously, we want to press high up the pitch, and we need an extra body. And Alfie from wing back is pressing their full back and helping us front three out. He's been incredible as well. But like you said, we can sit here and go for every player. It's just every player to a man has really stood up and counted this past few games. But I keep saying it, we need to take that into the games that really matter, and that's these next 3 games over the Christmas period.
Well, they're coming up, Andros, thick and fast, but at one man it'll be full of positivity, as he always has been and always is. So manager Rob Edwards doing a great job, mate.
No, he's honestly, he's been fantastic. For me personally, but as a team, the way, like you said, first and foremost, he's got us in a great shape. He's got us working from a base. We know what we're good at. We know what we're about. But to then say in the last few weeks, no, we're not happy with just being here. We want to compete. We want to take the game to the opposition, and to set his team out with barely any Premier League experience, probably 15 games Premier League experience, and set them out to press high up the pitch and to take the game to 2 of the best sides in Europe is incredible. And hopefully we stick with it, we take belief from it, and we keep doing it into the next few games.
Andros, sorry, he's shouting at me, you're not a producer. I've got an unfair question for Andros. I can't let you away without asking an unfair one, Andros. You've played some of the biggest teams, or teams that everybody thinks will be challenging for the title in recent weeks, whether it be Liverpool, whether it be obviously Manchester City, Arsenal. Who's impressed you the most?
Oh, probably Man City. Man City, because if I go back to the Arsenal game, we set out a plan. We wanted to press high up the pitch. We wanted to go man for man. We wanted to really suffocate them, and I think we got real joy from that. So we went into the rest of the week really planning the same sort of press, the same sort of high pressure up the pitch. Of course, now when you play the top teams, you have to work. If they have a three at the back, if they have a 4 at back, if they build up with the goalkeeper, there's so many scenarios now you have to deal with. But the first moment of the game, I think Eli went to the goalkeeper, I went to the centre back, Alfie went to the left back, Tom Lockyer pressed, I think it might have been Foden. We did everything perfectly, but they still found a way. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah. Shot on goal. Could have been 1-0 up in the first 30 seconds. And that was, for me, I just looked at Alfie and I was like, wow, this is different. This is absolutely different. So I think it's Man City, because no matter what you throw at them, they find a way. They find players in the pockets and they find a way to cut you open.
Andros, you revealed last month that you are making small 1% efforts to try and prolong your career, including eating chicken feet for dinner.
Yep.
Have you seen a benefit?
Listen, there's so many things I'm doing now, not to try and prolong my career, but to stay in the game. And chicken feet is one of them. It's high in collagen. It's actually beautiful. It's very fatty. There's not much meat to it. It's beautiful. And at the moment, I feel amazing. It's probably not down to the chicken feet itself, but all in all, I feel absolutely amazing.
I'm still struggling to come in. Did you actually just say chicken feet are beautiful? I'm just struggling.
They are absolutely beautiful.
What do you do? Amazing. I mean, the obvious question, I'm intrigued by this. Do you fry them? Do you boil them? Stick them in the oven? What do you do?
Yeah, I steam them. For 20 minutes. There are obviously there are nicer ways to make them. You can make them with sweet and sour sauce or black pepper, but I haven't got the time for that. So I just throw them in the steam oven for 20 minutes. And it's actually, honestly, once you get past the fact that it's a foot, it's a really nice cut of meat.
In fairness, Andros, I'm on a similar regime at the moment. I had a bucket of chicken wings in breadcrumbs last night. I'm sure the effects are similar. What else are you doing, mate, then?
Oh, so how long have we got? In terms of the food, organs. So like I've been eating ox heart, beef liver. In terms of recovery, I've been in 2 hours a day in a hyperbaric chamber, which is basically an oxygen chamber. Any sort of recovery or injury prevention that you can name, I'm on it at the minute. Because like I said at the start, I've been out of the game for so long. Normally, players in their 30s, when they have a long-term injury, they struggle with little niggly injuries for the rest of their career. And on a 3-month contract that I got with Luton, I couldn't afford to miss any games at all. So I started doing my own research and came across chicken feet, came across animal organs and all these wacky things that are not in the mainstream media.
See, that's brilliant, though. I've got to say, and I want to ask you, Andros, likes of, I always look back at the end of their career, and we had big Davy Weir, who was phenomenal for us at Rangers at the end of his career, and effectively Walter would, he would let Davy do what he wanted, within reason, because Davy was a fantastic pro and knew exactly what his body needed, and Walter was very much along the lines of, look, I just need you fit for 7:30 on a Wednesday and 3 o'clock on a Saturday. And Davey would obviously train with us in bits and pieces, but he would do his gym work, and same as yourself. Are you at that stage yet, or do you feel as though you want to be out in the training field every day still?
No, I'm not at that stage. I've been able to, touch wood, been able to train every day with the boys, but it's just the fact that I am on such a short-term deal. I am coming back off a long-term injury. If I was 21, then Luton would say, "Oh, don't worry, you got time. We can dip you in and out of games. You can be good, you can be bad." But unfortunately, I don't have that luxury. I'm 32. That they need proven quality here and now, and I need to be ready physically to play against Arsenal on Tuesday night, and then to go again against Man City on a Sunday afternoon. And at the moment, because of everything I'm doing, I'm able to do that, and hopefully that can continue.
Brilliant. Well, something's clearly working, Andros, that's for sure. Look, I haven't noticed this myself, but I'm told that you've been sporting a different name on the back of your shirt since you joined Luton. Townsend Senior. What's that about?
It's simple, really. My son is Andros Townsend Jr. I changed my name by deed poll to Andros Townsend Senior when he was born, so it was only natural that I had a couple of years out of the game. It was only natural that I come back and I honour my son, and I changed my name to suit my new name, and hopefully one day when my boy's in the Premier League running around on the wing, he can have Townsend Jr. on his shirt, and it'll all make sense.
What age is he? Is he playing yet?
He's got absolutely zero interest in the world. I take him to training, but he just wants to run around and fight with his sister and jump up and down and do usual stuff 4-year-olds want to do.
Brilliant, mate.
Brilliant.
Enjoy it.
Let's talk about one or two of your old clubs and your old managers, shall we, Andros, while you're here. When Spurs, first of all, what do you make about the way that Spurs are playing under Ange at the moment?
Incredible, absolutely incredible. I had the pleasure of covering a few of the games at the start of the season. It's a completely different feel. It's now a side who is behaving like a big club in terms of the way they want to, not only the way they want to play, but the way they want to work out of possession. They want to press high. They want to do all the things that the top clubs do these days. And to win the league, unless you're a Leicester, to win the league, you need to have majority of possession. And when you lose it, you need to smother the teams when they get it. And Spurs are doing that. And although they've had injuries in the last few games and a couple of results are not gone their way, you need a manager who's firm in his beliefs. You need a manager who's going to stick to his principles, and Spurs have that now, and in the long run 100% it's going to benefit them.
He's been terrific, I've got to say. I was saying to Jeff Andros, he asked me the question, all the teams in the league just now, who would you like to watch? And Spurs have got to come into that. I mean, they give away goals, but they're a great watch. They go, they attack, they've got boys who score goals. I want to ask you about another team, if I may, at one of your old sides, Everton. I mean, we probably haven't given them enough credit this morning. Emphatic result again at home against Chelsea. Obviously the 10-point deduction, I think they'd be sitting some 9th or 10th of it, or round about that, 23 points or so, if they didn't have that deduction. Are you surprised to see them doing so well? And obviously the one thing you spoke about the Luton fans as well, the Goodison Park fans are vital to that team's success as well.
I'm not surprised they're doing that well, because I know Sean Dyche is a manager. He's a brilliant manager. He gets his teams well organised, and what he has got now at Everton, he's got the quality as well. I know they started poorly, but I know with speaking to people at the club, they were quietly confident once Jack Harrison got fit, once they got Dominic Calvert-Lewin fit, once they got Jared Bramthwaite into the team, they were going to start flourishing. And unfortunately, as a Luton player now, it's tough to see Everton doing so well and pulling away from the drop zone. But like you said, without that 10-point deduction, they're a top half team, and they're playing like it at the minute.
In the not so distant future, you've got Chelsea at home. It'll mean a reunion with Mauricio Pochettino. Andros, he's having a tough time of things at the moment at the Bridge, isn't he? Does he thrive under those sort of pressures?
He does, and he doesn't panic. Again, I covered a few Chelsea games at the start of the season, and even though they were losing, they were the better side. In every game I watched them, they were the better side. They played such good football. They just couldn't finish off the chances. And I know the way the manager works. He works them so tough at the start of the season, double sessions in the gym, on the pitch, and he might break a few in the early stages. But what he says is in the second half of the season, the business end, it will start paying us back. We'll be fitter than the rest. We'll be able to run over every other team. And I know he'll be saying that in the dressing room. He won't be panicking. He won't be saying it's time to panic. He'll be just keep believing in his beliefs, and eventually Chelsea will come good. And I've no doubt about that. Just hopefully not when they play us.
Yeah, I mean, your run it's a fascinating run. Bournemouth away, Newcastle at home. We know the issues that they've got. Sheffield United away, Chelsea at home. They've got issues, and Burnley away. Big matches coming. Andros, thanks so much for joining us. Dave in Tonbridge says it sounds like you're doing an I'm a Celebrity eating challenge with your chicken feet. Keep it going, mate.
Great to see you back, mate.
Thanks so much, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All the best.
Absolute pleasure. And he's a brilliant reinvention of himself, isn't it? And it's great to see Andros Townsend doing so well.
He worked his socks off.
Yeah.
Like you've no idea on that right hand side against the Arsenal. And as I said, Jacob Brown did on the other side as well. We've got something about him, Luton, and as I say, great place to go. And good luck. It's great to see him back. You got a long term injury, particularly at that age in your career. There's always a question mark. Of course there is. Brilliant to see him back.
Well, he and Ross Barkley give them that sort of Premier League quality and experience that give them a chance, and they were written off by everybody. People were having bets at the start of the season that they wouldn't win a single Premier League game, and they've shoved those bets firmly down the bettors' throats, if you like. Andros Townsend doing brilliantly for Luton.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.